Easy. Extremely tough. Real quality football clubs that you come up against, big traditional football clubs, good managers and coaching staff, and it has to be said, players win football matches, so some top players. So it's been educational at time, big learning, steep learning curve, but thoroughly enjoying it. Yeah, I think if you were saying you've got 10 steps to climb, you probably go from League 2 to League 1, you've probably gone up 3 steps, because from 2 to 1 there is a step. But I think when you go to the Championship, you go to 10. I think it's the feedback, or the feed down, if you like, of the players coming from the Premiership. Of course, because of the influx of foreign players, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that these days, but the influx of players coming from overseas is created that some top talents is now deploying their trade in the Championship, and there's some real gifted players in there. I think it's proved to be harder because you don't realise, if you've not been in the Championship, you don't perhaps realise that the step is so big. So we found an early part of the season where we gave a lot of players who had surprised us in League 1, because when we came from League 2 to League 1, we didn't expect almost to be going straight up, if you like. It was an ambition to do that. But the more we were there in and around the playoffs, we started to believe in League 1 we could actually do this. And then as a manager, you've got 5 weeks to prepare your team for the Championship, and you start to think, well, they've surprised us in League 1, could they surprise us in the Championship? Some have kicked on and would now be established Championship players, and we obviously had to replace some who were just a yard down. They're top League 1 players, but just fall short of the Championship. Yeah, I think at half time people think you're going to go in there and you're going to rant. It's not about that. I went in and I spoke about what it meant to these lads behind us, or some of them are no longer with us, what it meant to them, to their families, how hard they'd worked in their careers to have a day like this. And it 2-0 down, we were desperate for it to the half-time whistle, because it looked more like 3 or 4. And but we got in and we said they've not taken that chance to cement the win, and we can come back, and if we get a goal, we're going and dominate. And I think that proved to be the case. Of course, at an extra time it could have gone either way, but just before the penalties, I said to the players, just focus on hitting the target. And if you hit the target and you do it right, don't go up and change your mind. When you decide where to place the ball, put it there, and if the goalkeeper saves it, then so be it, but don't hit the seats. Well, I think there's a number of players. Obviously, if I put my nationality behind it, I would say, of course, people like Kenny Dalglish, Graham Souness, who I think is one of the best midfield players I've ever seen here. He had everything. Joe Jordan. They were players that I grew up watching, so you would always look back with them in the fondest of memories. Billy Bremner, Peter Lorimer, they're all Scottish, of course, but if I take it wider afield and I come to where I've been for 30 odd years in England, I'd love to have managed the likes of Alan Shearer in the modern day game. I would like to have managed Cristiano Ronaldo in his time at Man United. Well, I'd love to manage Man United with that team. And of course, there's just some wonderful players at Chelsea as well. So it's open-ended, really. Growing up as a young man, as a young boy, was Jock Stein, the late Jock Stein at Glasgow Celtic, who of course was the first British manager to bring the Champions League, as it is now, the European Cup to Britain. I think you move on from that, then Sir Alex Ferguson, of course, is someone I refer to often, because I think he's, certainly in my lifetime, he will be the best manager that's ever lived. And if you go forward, because Sir Alex is now going around the world playing golf and doing speeches, etc., then I would say someone who's become a bit of a mentor to me and a friend is Brendan Rodgers at Liverpool. I think we say the same things as the big top profile managers do, which is have no regrets. This is an opportunity in a lifetime to come and be a professional full-time footballer. If they're 16 years of age and they come into our academy, we always have that little introductory opening day speech, and mine's is very limited. Just have no regrets. Live properly, work hard on the training ground, put all your attitude and application into your football, and your rewards will come if you're good enough. And And even at times there were some kids that we've had to let go, you always say, well, go and reinvent yourself somewhere. If you've got the application and desire, you'll play football somewhere because you've got some natural ability. The supporters, the success. It's a combination really. I came charged with delivering for our chairman, Tony Stewart, who's put £30 million into this new stadium, not a penny of debt. He's proud to tell me on a regular basis. So what makes it special, I was under pressure to deliver success for the supporters and the chairman, and I've done it. Just today I'm under pressure to keep that success, to keep us in the Championship.